the worlds change. Kalamna believes they are holding their breath, but my master does not say what they await. In the desert, a story has begun to unfold. Where it will lead, only the clouds can say. The jewel of the desert called to them. Across time and space it called to them, echoing the will of fate. The ancient words were uttered, the rites observed, and the path set for all. Beneath the flames of dawn and the cold embrace of penumbra, the masses mill and shift, unaware of the coming tide, a red tide that will wash away all. Like a flame in the dark, a stone in the sea, hope arises, though it is a fickle hope. The call was answered. Of Naris and Eld of Fiorvum, even the gramarye stirs the winds of the desert with a foul and otherworldly hand. They are called the Fate-born, souls marked by a magic that pre-exists even the barest hints of creation. Through fate, these souls found themselves at home in Jurn, the jewel of the Sanskar. Through fate, these same souls would eventually find themselves elevated to seekers, positions of much renown, skill, and prestige within the desert Bazaropolis. As Kalhamna knew it would be so, the arrival of the kindreds was the first of the signs that the children were born of fate. Like the seekers before them, the fate-born received their kindreds, twin souls blessed by fate itself to serve and protect a physical companion. In Mayati, before the Queen of the Depths and her Tideborn, the twin souls came, but the kindreds of the fate-born were different. If souls are flames, then fate spun wildfires in place of candles, the cursed fox and his song, the chosen blind and her sight, the stone scholar and his courage, the blood shield and his squire, the last princess and her voice, the glass hammer and his fire. These kindreds suggest a difficult path to walk, so little to stand against so great a threat. A fickle hope, but a hope nonetheless. Like steel is strengthened, so too will our fate-born be hardened. As seekers, the desert will test them. If they are to succeed in what is to come, they must first survive Sanskar. The second blessing of the seekers marked them not different, but ready for the task they would be set to. To each of the fated seekers was given an item of ancient lore, weapons, bound using fate in a manner similar in many ways to that of the kindreds, the more direct of the blessings given to seekers of Jurn: Lavish, Indra, Cosmos, Kanya, Nessus, Sulbajar. Names that echo across the annals of time, each with a history and lore as expansive as any religion, but with far greater direct effectiveness. Tools to be used in the hands of skilled craftsmen. To build or to destroy is ever the choice of those cursed with the power to wield such weapons. In the desert, water is life. The gems of Nira ascend to be claimed by the denizens of Sanskar. Jurn has more need than most, and as such, the most vital mission of the seekers is life, and providing it for others, even should it mean death. A testing ground. In the sands, Jutha was found. A new body, a new mind, but the soul of the stone has been reforged. Already had Hawa been found, and soon they would meet once more. But let it be said, the two have never abided one another long. Behind the reveal of the Titan's return, the sinister murders within the walls of Jurn hang over the group like a bloody tapestry. Bodies mutilated with ancient magics, as rumors spread like a river freed from its dam. They whisper of the returnists, the Aliyayidun, and on many a lip they whisper of seeing pale, skinless tabaxi skulking throughout Jurn itself. The threat of the Nahebian remain, thousands of years past the collapse of their empire. the Fateborn sought the advice of the Ancient Two. The Sphinxes of Halcyon, Rajan, and Kaji welcomed the heroes and offered them a dire warning. A great prophecy proclaimed once more. Green and blue suffocating the sands, life for some, death for more, balance in the midst of disorder. The earth walks again, the tempest swirls, fire slumbers still as the tide remains unseen. The four must walk, with steps of 2 and 2. The old ones awaken as the red wave approaches, the terror of Kalhendrin to hinder or to help. The red wave looms, a threat to come, a wave of silver, gold, and steel, already eroding Orun. The old land will crumble if it is not healed. Those born of fate stand as the final line in the sand, the terror of 4, paled by the great harbinger, the 4, hunted by the 2, crown and shield, pride of Naris, a broken world, unseeing, the balance of Fjorvum, exiled, the forgotten prince, hidden in obscurity, ill, twisted, 2 sides of the same coin, bright and dim. The wolf will feast, the shade will haunt, the hammer will fall, the rage will come, fragments of the divine. Imi shakes as the gods avert their gaze. Pride, balance, prince and coin, destroyed without ascension, martyrs, undivine. In the midst of turmoil, the Fateborn recalled a voice crying out to the group. Help us, it had begged, a bug. Small and insignificant, all but for the fact that the bug was of the race called the Mulaquith, a hive mind society created by the mad genius of the ancient Kalhendrin bioarcanist, Yalkar Bursisson. Its plea gave the seekers an alternative solution, one riddled with both risk and reward. After a perilous and nearly deadly encounter with the Sand Inuraji king, who demanded the return of Karn to his own kind, the group decided to move forward with trying to find the Mulaquith, the hive. Though the Sand Inuraji king could not have known, he had put the Fateborn between a rock and a hard place. What did our Fateborn decide to do? Break the fucking rock and barrel through the hard place. After finding the queen of the Mulaquith, a massive insectoid creature, deep within the bowels of the mountains surrounded by her seemingly endless hive-minded ilk, the Fateborn struck an accord. They would seek out the Mind Shackle relic, an item that the Mulaquith were certain could free them from their eternal and endless bondage to their original purpose. In exchange, the Mulaquith would attack the home city of the Sand Inuraji, a city called Jutha, named after the fallen titan whose body made up the structure of the city. Though not all of the hive seemed to agree with the choice, the queen promised she would uphold her end of the bargain if the seekers would as well. Using the advice of first Rahim the mystic illuminator and then Buzaline the hedge, the Fateborn learned that the Mind Shackle relic was beneath the ruins of Tourmaline, a place they'd passed through once. Buzaline, the nefarious hedge wizard, has promised them that the relic is hidden within the depths of the subterranean expanse. It is there that we will resume the tale of the Fateborn as they begin their plunge towards the heart of the city of Ooze and the madman who awaits them.